Oh, the sweet sounds of the flu, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, boys, ladies and gentlemen, people from around the world, around the globe, around the universe, the multiverse, as far as your mind can be expanded. The Boog is here.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop, all over the boop, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Dude,
Shane,
Elon Musk of fantasy football.
Oh my God, Michael Bublé is fucking football.
Michael Bublé. Winter in the rain.
You guys, welcome to another episode of the Fluke. Guys, Shane, thank you for that intro. How you doing? How are you?
No, whose music was that?
That was Morg's.
Thank Morg for the intro. I didn't do shit. He inspired.
You're welcome. All I do is create. You guys really make it happen.
Oh, hey.
Just handing around the compliments tonight. Give it another 10 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Joshua T.A. Hicks, along with my merry group of men for the next, again, 10 minutes.
My name's not Mary.
Father's name, please.
You can find me on Twitter at jhicks804. To my right, not in Zoom, but in real life.
Real life.
Ooh.
Best
In
friend.
the flesh.
Wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Found on Twitter at the Morgan Mart, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Morgan Heath.
Thanks for having me live and in person. I'm really excited because I get to see all of you guys Saturday in person.
Yeah.
For the podcast listeners of the world, we're going to celebrate this beautiful man to my left, the commissioner. So that's your introduction.
Thank you, babe.
It's his birthday on Saturday. He will be a right 37.
Yes.
We're all going to a baseball game. It's going to be great. I'm super excited about it. There's going to be a bunch of us. We're going to have our own little section, hopefully. If not, I'll just mingle into somebody else's section. They ain't shutting me down. Not a chance.
Just cough.
Yep. I'll cough and get my own section. It'll be great. Like, no, it's my allergies. It's fine.
When was the last time you had that many people together? Like, you said there's like 30 of y'all.
Labor Day of last year, we accidentally had a birthday that turned into a 25-person gathering at a Mexican restaurant. And they were like, "Come on in, no, it's fine. Don't worry about seating requirements." And they just gave us the whole back of the restaurant. Nice. We tipped them really well. It was great. It was my first time having Mexican food since March of last year. So
yeah.
And now I just go out and get food everywhere. I don't even care anymore.
There you
go. To our left on this Zoom screen, holding down the 757. Still no social media. He's a social media ghost. Trying for the best.
He get banned.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. 757 Bills Mafia, Mr. Tyson Cullen. How you doing tonight, brother?
I can't complain. Like Morgan said, here with y'all beautiful people. Glad to be doing this. Man.
You happy with it? Did you enjoy the draft?
Yeah. I'd like to think that Brandon Beane was listening to me because I got 2 of the 8 picks that Buffalo got right. Okay. So, I'm proud of myself. 2 out of 8. They said Charles Davis got 12 out of 32, so I'm only about an 8th worse than Charles Davis. So.
Man,
getting there.
So yeah, I'm getting there slowly. But yeah, no, all seriousness, happy to be here. Thank you for having me. Love talking about this stuff. So, so beneath me is you know what I meant.
No, we know.
Yeah, we know. Below me.
Just.
That's what you meant.
I mean, Ty, you're speaking the truth. There's no need to be like embarrassed, like
bashful. So below me is one Kerry Trukowski. I can't even talk.
Underwear.
Oh God, how you doing?
Doing good. Yeah, I mean, apparently I'm below you, but I mean, at least I kicked some ass in Chupa, so I mean, that's all right. But I do have a partner who helped me out on that.
Come on!
Yeah. But guys, it was great to finally have the NFL draft come around. I mean, some landing spots were suspect, maybe not that great for fantasy, but it was fun, dude. Glad to have. I did get to see a couple of y'all last Friday. We got to see, was it last Friday, Saturday?
Yeah,
Friday.
Yeah.
Got to see rounds 2 and 3. So day 2 was pretty nice too. So yeah, just excited to get this shit rolling, man, and get ready into the new season for 2021.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys, find Gary on Twitter at Gars_Poetica.
That's right. And you know what? To the freshest of the fresh, with the sunglasses. I really want to take them like Jake Paul just took Mayweather's hat earlier.
I just heard about that.
It's so whack. I really do hope Mayweather knocks him out, so it'll be interesting to see. But I'll give it to him, the 2-time champ of one dynasty league. That's about 4. We're in our 5th year, correct? Only 4 champions.
That's like 100 championships in dog years.
Yeah, right. Let's give it up for Mr. Shane Gardner.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Hey, also the partner in your the aforementioned Chupa League.
Dynasty, yeah.
Superflex. Hey, Superflex die, right? Am I right?
Superflex is dying?
First of all, it's so out. Just stop trying to make it happen. Right? Should we sign a petition to get rid of Superflex?
I don't know, man. Like, I mean, you're kind of like the nemesis of Superflex,
All right, well,
I get it.
I'll keep on doing my work.
Hey, Shane, instead of a fantasy hack for your Twitter name, it should be 2 QBs, not for me.
Oh, I like that. Like that.
But yeah, so find Shane on Twitter at @fantasyhack. You can find all of us on Twitter at @theflug_FF. So give us a follow. Again, our podcast, we're Spotify, iTunes, Podbean, and Gary's kicking ass on our website, www.theflug.com. So go 5-star, subscribe, bookmark, everything possible. Tonight's
rankings coming soon.
Yes, yeah. Rankings. Yes. Tonight's podcast. So, like we said, the draft is over. The hype. I mean, it was a good draft. It was a good time. Everybody was there. It's getting back to normalcy. Fans were there. Did you guys have a favorite? Mine was definitely the Macho Man in the Browns outfit.
Yeah. I was just about to say that too.
He was hyping up the crowd.
He stole the show. There's no doubt. He was the show stealer.
So, I mean, it was a good time, and whatever. I mean, we all.
I thought that the chair was weird.
Mm-hmm.
It brought back feelings of Clint Eastwood giving a speech to an empty chair, which I don't know if y'all ever saw that. It was really awkward and awesome. I think
awkward.
He was campaigning for Mitt Romney at the time, I do believe.
Okay.
And that's what it reminded me of, especially when they called up the belligerent Cowboy fans who were like, "Yo, I'm going to read the pick," and Goodell's like, "Sit down."
Well,
it was very obvious. He gave him the almost push when you tap somebody on the back, get the fuck out of here, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
So if I was a Washington fan and I saw Drew Pearson come up, and how Drew Pearson, did y'all see that when he announced the Cowboys pick?
Mm-mm.
He went on for about 10 minutes, and at about halfway through, I'm like, dude, sit the hell down.
Music.
yeah, exactly.
Thing out the hook.
But I mean, he was praising every Cleveland Browns player to ever play, every Cowboys player to ever play. I mean, it's like, dude, just announce the pick, dude. I guess because I think he got nominated to the Hall of Fame, so I guess he was, And even Rich Eisen was like, "Oh boy, here comes Drew Pearson," and sure enough, he didn't disappoint. So,
well, I mean, we knew the Cowboys were going to blow their pick anyway, so we just wanted them to get it over with.
I like the Micah Parsons pick.
That was that's the only pick I can actually think of that I remember they made off the top of my head. Which is not a bad.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
And they traded back to get him. They traded up.
They only got a 3rd-round pick, whereas the Giants got 3 different picks for Justin Fields.
That was great. I'll be honest. You guys tell me what you think. Any pick that's not a wide receiver or running back, I hate.
It sounds like your focus was solely fantasy.
Yes.
Yeah, it was entirely. I'll be honest.
That's cool.
So, all right. So tonight's
Lions got a really good value on 2 defensive tackles. So I'm just gonna sit here and just say, okay. I know we got a good tackle, which is gonna make DeAndre Swift a top 5 running back this year, without a doubt.
there's your bold prediction for the night.
Call your shot.
So yeah, we're gonna do 2 rounds of a rookie mock, 1 quarterback, PPR. You know, it's kind of standard. No super flex for Shane.
Because 2 quarterbacks, not for me. 2 QBs, not for me.
Preach.
Preach. So so we're gonna go. Gary's gonna go first, then Morgan, then me, then Ty, then Shane. Are we good to go? Gary, you ready to be on the clock?
I am on the clock, and it's gonna be a pretty quick pick. Well, we're gonna go for number 1. Yeah, 101. We're gonna go with Najee Harris from Pittsburgh.
Nice.
And especially with him being the first running back off the board in the NFL draft, he's going into a spot where, you know, Pittsburgh obviously needs a legit, pretty much 3-down running back. And I mean, he's pretty much the best running back as of right now in this draft to get a good workload. I think he's in a good situation. So it's definitely the way to go with the number 101.
Like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's the one.
So he's definitely walking into the carries. I mean, Snell can't get it done.
No.
McFarland, I mean, has he had a lot of opportunity? Not really, in my opinion, but
He hasn't looked good in limited opportunities, to be honest.
And Najee Harris is a throwback to that, like Jim Brown, like Earl Campbell, like type of running back that personally I like those guys that just beat up the other team's linebackers. You know,
Fred Jackson, circa Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
Damn. Bring that one back.
Fact. Co-college, Division III.
all right, let's go to. Sorry, so that puts Morgan on. You're on the clock at the 2.
With pick number 2 in the 2021 Fluke draft, rookie draft, I would select Kyle Pitts.
Oh, bang biscuit.
Okay.
Whoa.
I truly think that the Falcons are going to trade Julio. And I think that Kyle Pitts will step in and immediately become a red zone target there. And since it's PPR format, that makes me sort of think that way over running back.
Boy, this just got bold, and I fucking love it.
And not picking up Hurst's 5th-year option either.
Yeah,
Hurst is nothing. But
I mean, out of that, I think that's a pretty good pick. I mean, honestly, if you're tight end needy, especially if you're maybe in a tight end PPR, what is it?
tight end premium.
Yeah. So I was going to say, like, also, even if Julio is there, he's not really garnering any touchdowns as it is.
That's true. That's very true.
So, I mean, Calvin Ridley's kind of come up above, and even Julio can't really stay healthy. So
I think Calvin Ridley's definitely still gets the targets, like the bulk of targets, as far as the high end of it. But I think that Pitts is an excellent specimen of a player, and I think that he'll be good for you. I think he'll end up being a top 5 tight end, no problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Morgan, don't let me hear you say those words that you hate so much.
Okay.
Jim Caldwell.
No, you hate
Jeff Fisher.
No.
Yeah, Jeff Fisher. That record cannot be
Ever done again.
No, 7-9 is gone forever.
I'm a little dense, Shane. What you getting at?
Athletic freak.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
All right. Because I was like, whoa.
I said he's a specimen.
All right.
In Scott McClellan's terms, he's a football player.
Like that.
There you go.
I love it, Morg. I love it.
This is assuming that I'm not actually like, well, one, I don't have the 1-2 anywhere because I didn't finish in a position to get it. And 2, I traded most of my first round picks because I'm, me. And so theoretically, if your team is good and you're not needing running back, that's kind of where I'm going. But I still think he's a great player to grab it too.
I love it. I'm not even. I'm just drawing attention to it because I think it's bold and I think it needs to have light shown upon it because I think it's great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not mold, bold.
All right. Well, you guys made this easy for me at 3. Jamar Chase. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, once you take Pitts out of the equation, then I mean, it just makes your draft a lot easier. But no, I mean, this guy. I mean, he's a wide receiver 1 in this draft. Pretty hands down. Go back. We have the LSU connection that's been mentioned a billion times. So he's the pick here, and it's, I mean, easy peasy in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any. I mean, you're right. With Pitts off the board, it's a pretty easy pick. You know, you would basically be picking between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise,
yeah.
Here's a good question for you. Do T. Higgins and Jamar Chase combine for over 2,200 yards this year?
Well, don't forget Tyler Boyd too.
Yeah, but I'm not. But I'm just saying these two. I'm just talking about these two specifically.
Did they do enough for their offensive line?
I don't know.
Maybe next year. I'll say next year for sure.
Okay. So
yeah.
Here's what I'm getting at. Okay, could they each have who? Okay, I guess the number one. Here's the first question. Who do you guys think is going to be the number 1 receiver there this year?
I'm still going to probably go with Jamar Chase.
Yeah, you say the new guy coming in is going to take it.
But I still think it's going to be like a Julio Calvin Ridley situation. It's like a Julio and Roddy White situation. I think it's still going to be pretty much neck and neck. They're probably going to be. They could be both top 20.
I don't think they're
absolutely.
I would say it depends a lot on Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
How well does he come back from injury this year?
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think he can just come in and take number 1, even though he and Joe Burrow, even though they have chemistry, they've played together. I think T. Higgins really showed something last year, and
oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm with Gary at number 1.
Because Chase, I think when he was with Burrow, he had like 20 touchdowns that one season. I mean, it's ungodly, obviously, but they have a connection. They pretty much have rapport, but he has rapport of Higgins too, so it's not like it's going to be a complete drop off. AJ Green's not there, although he wasn't really anything as it is last year. I think the one probably fall off the most is probably Tyler Boyd. To tell you the truth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he'll still work too, because I mean, I could see Burrow having. It wouldn't surprise me whatsoever if Burrow throws for 4,000 plus yards.
Yeah.
Think about how that's going to get divvied up. Boyd's still got to eat too.
Yeah.
Herbert played well as rookies. I mean, Burrow just had a line.
Yeah. All right, let's go, Ty. Let's go with you at the 4 spot. What you got?
So I'm going to go Devontae Smith.
Oh, the Reaper.
I know they went first round. Gary knows wide receiver, but looking at their wide receivers with Fulham, I think is the leading returning receiver as far as yards and catches. And Gary, you can correct me if I'm wrong. And then with Reagor, I just think Devontae Smith has a really good chance to come in and I don't know. To me, I know everybody loved Jamar Chase and everybody loved Jalen Waddle, but I thought Devontae Smith was a real deal, especially that national championship game in the first half. I mean, he was unbelievable. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Devontae Smith. I like him a lot.
I'm with you. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think him and Reagor could develop into a 1-2 combo. Of course, the question mark is Hurts, and it's going to be.
Hey, it's pronounced Reagor, just like Ty said.
Oh, coming from Gary with the enunciations.
It just sounds so amazing the way you said it. I'm like, that needs to be a thing. I will call him that from now on.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
But I mean, yeah, he comes in to be the number 1 option for sure. Mm-hmm. I mean, Reagor was pedestrian last year.
You just said Reagor.
I know, but I'm just for the fans.
All right.
For the people.
All
right, Shane, that puts you up at 5, man.
Sorry. I cut his point off.
Reagor!
What was the point you were making, Gary? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Like, yeah, Rager, he was kind of pedestrian last year, but I think we have the Eagles finally have a solid, number one wide receiver. They shouldn't have taken Rager last year. They should have had Justin Jefferson for sure.
You guys see me flexing?
Yeah.
You fart?
No, I'm flexing hard. Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Rager!
All right. Well, I mean, this is, actually, I assumed what was going to happen is I love Ty's pick. And I think that most people would say ETN there because I really wanted Devontae Smith. I thought he was going to fall to me here easy. And I thought I wasn't even going to have to do anything. I thought I was just going to.
Thought you're going to keep your hands free of the filth, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, you're wrong.
I was very wrong.
He's still flexing.
But you know what?
Single flex.
It's also a good thing because you know what? When value comes to you, you take it. So I'm going to take Travis Etienne. If I am one of the very unlucky souls that has James Robinson on my team, and really, I mean, I argued emphatically, either with the people or the idea, that the Jags would draft a running back, and I was emphatically wrong. I mean, whatever. The fact that they invested first round draft capital in Travis Etienne, a good running back, there's no way he's just the third down back. I think it's asinine to believe so. The one shining beacon of light out there, if you're a James Robinson truther, if you're a James Robinson lover, would be the Rashad Penny situation from years ago.
Still.
But Rashad Penny was a late first round running back. But the thing is, I think Etienne he's a more skilled running back than Penny was. But Etienne fell to me. I'm just going to take it. I don't need to say much more than that. What do you guys think?
I mean, Chris Carson was a 6th round draft choice, and now he's still the starter. I mean, he's a bull. Like, again, just like Najee Harris, hits the hole hard. Not a lot of dancing. I'm with you, Shane. I'm a James Robinson fan. I mean, I know you said Morgan doesn't like athletic freak. Morgan said football player, and James Robinson's a football player.
Absolutely.
Out of Illinois State, who would have thought he would have done something? But he's a football player, and I feel bad for James Robinson too. But they needed something better as a backup because he was going to get overworked if they kept the pace up the way they are. So it's somebody. He needed a Robin to his Batman. But that's all I got.
I like that.
I might be wrong here, but was the year that I finally was like, all right, I don't ever want to hear this term again. Was that when they called Justin Hunter a freak?
Oh, I can't remember when it was.
Lakes guy? Great.
I think it was Justin Hunter, or it was somebody on Tennessee that they called a freak. It wasn't Jared Cook, although he got called a freak too. But
probably Justin Hunter.
Every time somebody calls a player a freak, it's an instant death sentence. You should not draft that player whatsoever. It's true. Listen to me. I'm the philosopher. I think about these things.
Yeah, Justin Hunter was only a red zone target. He didn't last that long.
Nope.
I hardly even remember that name. Not gonna lie.
You're
Virginia,
welcome.
Virginia Beach native.
All right. What up, 757?
Well, also, you got to think too. This is a new regime, so I mean, they're going to go with their guys, and I mean, also they just drafted who was it, Trevor Lawrence at the number 1, so
Who
pretty
is
much
it?
brought his running back alongside with him.
So I'll be honest. The more that I think about this, I don't think that this is going to be a situation. I don't think it's going to be a situation where ETN is going to be the 75% guy. I don't think it's going to be a situation like when Rashad Penny was drafted by the Seahawks and Pete Carroll just refused to play him. It seemed like the ownership wanted to draft Penny and the coach didn't want to. What I think is this is likely to be more of a situation more similar to Chubb and Kareem Hunt. And I think it's a great way to take the pressure off of your quarterback. And I think that this could be an offense that's a little more similar to the Browns than we're all thinking.
I like that.
You know,
Yeah.
I think because if you think about it, James Robinson showed he was skilled last year. If you turn on Travis Etienne's highlights, we always love the college highlights here. If you turn on his college highlights, you can't deny he's skilled. You know what I mean? And I mean, I think this instantly becomes one of the better running back tandems in the league. And I think a lot of people are thinking who's going to win the job. James Robinson's going to get pushed to the back. I think what we're likely to see is more of a Chubb Kareem Hunt split than a lot of people think.
And I don't know if it works if it becomes a one-trick pony. You know what I'm saying?
No, how do you mean that?
Meaning, I don't think if it becomes a one-back type of ordeal, I don't think it works. It, unfortunately, as great as James Robinson was, didn't work last year. But of course, the team sucked. But
yeah. Like if you want to take the pressure off of your rookie quarterback, who will be great by all accounts, have a killer running game. If you got 2 killer running backs, come on, man.
Yeah, I hope they don't make it a one-back type of system.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Nah, they won't. I don't think so. It's kind of being like that all throughout the NFL too. You don't really see a major running back as it is. All right, so onward. Am I number 6?
Yes.
I mean, I'm surprised this one fell this far. We're gonna go with Javonte Williams out in Denver, running back. Obviously, Melvin Gordon is still there.
Last year of his contract there, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he fell off at all, but I mean, we could see this as a Nick Chubb situation, kind of like speaking of the Browns earlier when he came into the league. I think it was Carlos Hyde was there. Who else was there at the time in Cleveland? With Chubb, yeah. There was another running back too, right? Was it Duke Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just give it some time. I think he's going to at least, maybe get anywhere between 30 to 40% of the touches within the first few weeks, and I think he'll take off from there. He's a special back, man. I think he's going to be really good. And how he did in UNC alongside with Michael Carter, I think we can see something really big for him right there this year. And 2022 is when I think he's really going to take off.
And it tells me they've kind of given up on Royce Freeman, because they all Mike Boone. I mean, they also brought Mike Boone from Minnesota. So, I mean, they clearly have given up on Royce Freeman or are about to give up on Royce Freeman.
He's had his time, man.
Yeah.
I think Javonte Williams is going to have to learn to quit running into everybody.
That's true.
He's a high school linebacker, and he looks like it. He looks like a linebacker playing running back for sure. He's fun to watch, though.
He asked for them to hit him.
He's not quite Lenny. Remember that Steelers Lenny waved the guy over? He's not quite that, but he's not far from it. Instead of waving him over to hit him, he'd run over to him to knock him over.
All right, Maury, let's go with you. With number 7.
All right, at number 7, I think I would take Jalen Waddle. I think that the Miami offense is going to play is going to try and play up tempo this year, particularly with the additions of Will Fuller and with Waddle. I think that and a lot of that hinges on Tua playing well, but I really like him in this situation. Devontae Parker has got one more year in his contract?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have no idea, but it's been a long time. Probably not much longer.
So basically right now on the Dolphins, you have Parker and Waddle and Will Fuller on a 1-year contract. He's the only player on a long-term contract there at wide receiver. And I think it's a fine pick to take here. I think he's an excellent player. He was out last year with injury, correct?
Will Fuller?
No, Waddle.
Yes. He only played like 4 games.
Right.
Yep.
If he doesn't get injured, he could easily go ahead of Jamar Chase, in my opinion. So I think that taking him here is a fine pick, and you're getting excellent value out of him, especially with the years on his contract compared to the years they have for wide receivers under contract currently.
Not only that, I mean, if you think about it too, Will Fuller's been injured a lot, Devontae Parker, and Preston Williams. So I mean,
Yeah, I can't believe I left out Preston
instantly-
Williams. I'm sorry,
he could-
Gary.
No, that's cool. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, he was pretty much good this first couple of years, just barely even played half a season for both of them.
Yeah.
But what was it? Yeah, I think he can instantly be the number one within
Yeah.
no time for that team.
Yeah, I think he's a great addition to the team for them.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
really interested to see what they can do.
They need to add some playmakers for Tua. Do I know if Tua's going to be the guy? I don't know, but
Yeah, neither do I. But
playmakers.
yeah,
It was evident, not to be a Bills homer, but it was evident when they tried to make the playoffs that he needed some playmakers.
I tell you what, though. I'm sorry to cut you off.
I was just going to say, I mean, he threw a couple picks. He just looked bad without weapons. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do is surround him with weapons. But man, if Fitzpatrick was there, I'd take Waddle before. I don't know. It'd be Waddle
Right,
and Chase
right.
would be really,
like
really interesting.
if the quarterback situation was a little more certain there,
Mhm.
it could really elevate him where you take him.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I agree.
All right,
All right. So,
It's me.
it's you.
Jew.
All right, this is actually tougher than what I thought. I know this is going to sound hypocritical, but I'm going to go based off of opportunity, and I'm going to go Rashad Bateman. I know everybody shits on the Baltimore passing attack, but
I'm going to go there. I was going to go there next.
I mean, Marquise Brown, yeah, I get, but like Sammy, like I'm a Chiefs fan. Like I witnessed Sammy. I mean, he's great when he plays, but he never plays. So I mean, I don't know. I was really thinking Rondale Moore, but then I look at the Cardinals depth chart. I mean, I know AJ Green's there. I know he's not going to do much, but I mean, as Christian Kirk is still like
He's still relevant.
he's still relevant. He still has a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And so I mean, I don't
He's
know.
got more of a heartbeat than Kenny Stills.
Yeah, so I think there'd be like with Rondale Moore in Arizona, I think it'd be more of a mouth to feed situation. So I'm going to go with Bateman at 8.
Okay.
I like it. I'm with Josh. I'm a Bills fan. We drafted Watkins.
What? Really?
What?
What?
I didn't know you were a Bills fan. I love you, bro. Go ahead.
We traded up to get Watkins, and like Josh said, he was hurt the whole time, and basically got rid of him. And so, yeah, I think Rashad Bateman could be at least a number 2, if not number 1. That's probably stretching it with Hollywood Brown, but he could be the number 2.
I think he can be the number 1 wide receiver. It's just, I mean, it's gonna be hard to compete with the targets that somebody like Mark Andrews is gonna get. I still think Andrews would be number 1.
I think you have to be hyper efficient as a wide receiver to make an impact in that offense.
It's crazy, man. I think Boykin's going to be, obviously, he's going to be pushed down. I mean, we just had Duvernay. You've got Prochet that's there too. You have Watkins now, and you have Hollywood and Bateman. Like, it's
Andrews.
muddied. Unless we see somehow the fact that he starts throwing like Josh Allen did last year, I don't really know if I want most of this offense.
Well, like I love Duvernay coming out of college.
Passing wise.
I loved what Duvernay was able to do on basically outside routes and routes where you need the quarterback to put the ball where only you can get it right before you go out of bounds. But that's not what Lamar Jackson does.
No, he doesn't do that.
And so that's, I mean, going back to what Josh said, that's what kind of gives me the most pause about taking anybody off of that offense other than maybe Dobbins. I think Dobbins is a safe pick off there, but we're not talking about startup. We're talking about rookie picks. And it's hard for me to invest moving forward when I have hesitation about whether he can actually hit some of these throws.
Yeah.
And it's primarily those throws that you've got to be spot on.
Yeah. Bateman's got a really good route tree, and he's pretty quick off the line. So I think he's going to be legit for Lamar. I think it was a good pick for them. Obviously not too much for fantasy. But, I mean, it could surprise us for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like we've seen the Josh Allens. I mean, if he can, at least throw a little bit over 450 times, I think maybe this could be somewhat okay as a fantasy pick. It's just hard because I mean, after this, you got. I don't really want to go too in depth, but you don't got too many wide receivers above 6 feet, so
Yeah,
they're all pretty like little gadget players in a way.
bunch
Yeah,
of
ba-
hobbits.
Mhm.
All right, Ty, what you gonna do with the number 9?
Well, you took my pick at 8, but that's all right.
Sniping.
That's all right. I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence because, and this is more so if I was drafting because I desperately need a quarterback. I mean, there's not a lot to say. I mean, they got Minshew and Beathard, and I know Gary and I were talking. He thinks I ought to keep Minshew because they might trade him, which I'll see how that goes. But I mean, it's clear as day. Obviously, he's going to be the guy. He's still got DJ Chark with a good quarterback could be, I don't know, top 15, top 20 wide receiver at least. Again, he's getting his college teammate back, Eaton, and he's got a good running back, Robinson. Like I said, this is more just if I'm drafting because I need a quarterback. So yeah.
I mean, it's not like it's a bad pick.
No,
because you pretty much know you don't take that player with the 1-1 unless you plan on playing him. You know,
Right.
not with everybody that's available at that point. And I think you would definitely take him just on the fact that he's young and, like you said, they're building an offense that he's familiar with. It seems like, and it seems to be the trend to like be pairing college teammates back up together. I felt like that happened a lot this year, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, it did.
Not only that, I mean, he's ever since I think he was a freshman, he won the national championship. And I mean, his name has been he's been like the poster child all throughout college. QBs. I mean, now he's in the NFL. Still a guy now. Now you're with the big boys, son. Let's see what you got.
State, no kidding. If I'm not mistaken. So yeah, he's been a winner his entire football career.
And I mean, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think they did a lot to really improve their defense, which was pretty horrendous last year. So there's going to be plenty of garbage time for this team.
Oh yeah, they're still going to have to air it out.
So
yeah.
So no, I like the pick.
Shane, can I have a word with you real quick?
Have a word, bro.
This reminds me, this little Zoom meeting thing, it reminds me of when I used to manage Sandy's plants, and I would call people in for their reviews and they'd wear sunglasses. And then I would say, could you please remove your sunglasses so I can look you in the eye when I'm critiquing you? I love you so much. You can keep them on. I just wanted to give you a hard time.
By the way, you're on the clock.
Now I feel like I love the way they look now.
Oh boy.
I'm having a really hard time.
All the good players are gone, huh?
Well, okay, so this is what pick are we at here?
10.
10.
Yep, number 10.
We're at pick 10. Okay.
Pick X.
Yeah. I feel like this changes things change here a lot because right now I'm really torn between going off the reservation with the wide receiver, taking just a complete shot in the dark. Not a shot in the dark, but
a shot in the dark. Those are the best.
There's some running backs that I like, but I feel like who's that running back that was drafted by the Buccaneers last year who saw the field like twice?
Keyshawn Vaughn.
Keyshawn Vaughn?
Yeah. I feel like we're at the Keyshawn Vaughn phase of the draft. You know what I mean?
So basically only 2 running backs had real viability in this year's draft.
Well, the 3, I mean, if you're by, with your
well, yeah, sure.
Yeah. But this is where it starts to feel a little crazy to me. But I'm going to go with my gut, my conviction, and I'm going to go with Michael Carter.
I knew it. Yep. Good pick.
P. Ryan is not the guy. Michael P. Ryan is not the guy. And it's actually surprising to me that they didn't do more to bring in a better run game. Am I crazy when you've got a quarterback that you've invested so much in? Do you want to take the pressure off with a good run game? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yep.
But as far as I know, their roster right now consists of Michael P. Ryan, Michael Carter, Ty Johnson, and
Tevin Coleman.
What's that?
Tevin Coleman.
Josh Adams.
Okay, so there's your pass option if that's something a way they want to pitch it. But anyway, what that would point to for me would be quite a bit of short pass work for Michael Carter, and I think he's skilled. He looks good. I think when you watch his highlights at UNC, he's not the same type of runner as Javonte Williams, but I think that actually could benefit him in the NFL. He's not the same bruiser that Javonte is. He's not a finesse. He's not an uber finesse back, not a Barry Sanders type or anything like that. He doesn't have little twinkle toes, but he is elusive. He's kind of strangely elusive, I think. So I think that there could be a lot of times this year to get Zach Wilson out of trouble. The running game is going to need to step up if the offense is going to work correctly. So I think Michael Carter is probably going to get a pretty big work share. So that's my pick.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Ty's rubbing off on me, but I hate to bring up the Bills. I think he's like a better Devin Singletary, dude. To tell you the truth.
Ooh.
Like, I mean, he's
I see that totally.
kind of like that. Really good pass catcher. I mean, from what I see too, he's kind of like he knows when to. I mean, hit the hole like when he needs to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
It's a gift.
I mean, yeah.
It's a gift.
Hey, when you got it, man.
Him and Javonte Williams, they're exciting to watch. But Shane, I think if you were going to pick a running back, he'd be the next one. I think it's a good pick because I mean, Tevin Coleman didn't even average 2 yards per carry. Michael P. Ryan didn't even average 3.5 yards per carry. Ty Johnson averaged 4.5, but it was at the end of the season. Josh Adams averaged 5 yards a carry again at the end of the season. I think it's a great pick, dude.
And not to mention, this is coming from Kyle Shanahan's offense too. So I mean, that's definitely a big plus. I mean, even though if it's going to be halved between Tevin Coleman and him, see a little bit of your guy too, Michael P. Ryan.
Lamical. The thing that's so strange to me is that they didn't make it a priority. I guess there weren't 7 or 8 good running backs to go around in this draft. But the fact that the Jets didn't make running back a higher priority just kind of miffs me.
They went big wide receivers and free agents.
Damn right they did. And they got a good one too. We'll talk more about that later.
Yeah. But I like the pick, man. I mean, I'll be honest with you, because since I'm next, I'm going to go with Trey Sermon. You can go any. You can go. But I want to go back to like Michael Carter. You can go any route with either two. I think whichever one goes, the next one is pretty much sure to follow, because this is both stemming off the Kyle Shanahan run. I like either or. Will they both get the legit workload in the beginning? No. I see more so Michael Carter getting that right away. I think in redraft, he's the guy to go with before Sermon. But I think Sermon can probably – it's going to be tough because, I mean, there's so many running backs, let alone on San Fran, that can get it done compared to the Jets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'd rather have Michael Carter than Sermon just for that fact. But, I'm going to go with Trey Sermon at number 11. You got Raheem Mostert there, Jeffrey Wilson. I know Shane has a guy. No, that's the Falcons you were talking about.
Wayne Gallman.
Yeah, Wayne Gallman's there. So there's plenty of guys that can get it done. Can he be the lone back? And I mean, I don't, from what I've seen since Kyle Shanahan has been with the 49ers, I don't think he's drafted a running back this early. And they traded up to get Sermon as well.
Crazy. It's
they
crazy.
traded up to get Sermon. I think they traded-
Reminder also that Shanahan took Alfred Morris in the 6th round of a draft, and he ran for 1,600 yards.
Dude, that guy is blazing. 1,600 years.
Yes, he was around with Genghis Khan.
Yes, I like
Love it.
You'd been running too if you were around back then. Let me tell you,
it.
it was
Love
bleak.
it.
You got the Black Plague, or you got bludgeoned.
That's a
Never
good that's a good dude. Philosopher at his best.
Come back time.
Bringing up Alfred Morris, dude. Hell yeah.
But he was a Shanahan back. Ryan Terrain was a Shanahan back. Ryan Terrain almost ran for 1,000 yards. Ryan Terrain almost ran for 1,000 yards.
Wow.
This
What
is somebody that they've invested in. I'm all on with that. If you hadn't taken Trey Sermon, I would have taken him next. But in true Nemesis fashion, you sniped me, and that
Did
leads,
you do?
and that leads me to make my pick, which I think for me right here, I would easily take Justin Fields.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's yeah.
I think Justin Fields he's going to be the starter. I mean, I don't see Nick Foles beating him out for this job.
No, Andy.
I don't
Beat
see
him
Andy
off.
Dalton beating him out for the job.
Beat him off, boy.
I don't see. Basically, if you think about it, Pace and Nagy are on the hot seat.
Mhm.
It's win or not. You start the guy. That's it. That's your options. You either win or you get fired. You've got to try everything you can. I think he gets instant start. I think he's got a top 12 wide receiver in Allen Robinson.
Mhm.
I think that offensive line came together at the end of the year before because even David fucking Montgomery was running well.
It was like their RB4.
But that's my point. He was running well because the offensive line started to come together. And
Now you got your QB for years.
yeah,
He's gonna develop.
I mean, what did you trade to move up to get him?
Couple first, this year's first, or next year's first.
Okay, you gave up three firsts for Khalil Mack?
Yeah.
All right, this is your quarterback. I'd say whatever you gave up is worth it probably.
And also too, I mean, this might even what am I trying to say? Here we go. This might even allow Allen Robinson to want to stay too.
Exactly.
That way you have a number 1 wide receiver.
Mhm.
And drafted that Tevin Jenkins. They got the offensive tackle that they wanted too.
Mhm.
And everybody says he's a mauler. So, and the Bears haven't really had a good offensive line in a long time.
There you go, Ty. Yeah, I was getting at that.
And the other thing to go with that is they've still got Mooney. If Fields can extend plays and Mooney can get free, dude, that could be dangerous.
And you got Cohen coming back too.
And you've got Tariq Cohen coming back the GOAT.
And let's
Your
not
silence is damning all of you.
they got
No, I love the Tyreek the freak.
Heck,
I didn't want to say it, but I mean,
Stop it. He's,
Oh,
not
and
a freak. He's the human joystick.
and Daz Newsome from Hampton.
that's right.
757. Let go. All right,
go.
guys. Let's recap the first round real quick. We got Najee Harris at 1, Kyle Pitts going at 2, Jamar Chase going 3, Devonta Smith 4, ETN at 5, Javonte Williams at 6, Jalen Waddle 7, Rashad Bateman at 8, Trevor Lawrence going 9, Michael Carter 10, Trey Sermon at 11, and then just rounding out the first round is Justin Fields.
We should have made a joke when Gary was talking about Trey Sermon. We should have said, "Preach."
I did.
You did. Good job.
All right, so that puts me on the clock at the start of the second round. Of course, when we do a super flex, it's gonna be totally different because this guy's gonna be probably top 3 pick, and I'm gonna go ahead and take Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Will he play this year? I think farther down the line, probably. I mean, Jimmy G's there. He's there for one of the year. Could Jimmy G play all year? I think there's a chance. I mean, he got that team to the Super Bowl not long ago. So, but I mean, Trey Lance is obviously the future. Like I said on our last podcast, they don't do all this trading if they don't think this guy's special. So this, I mean, especially, I mean, running. I think I don't know, but like Superflex, this guy's going to be a top 3 pick.
Yeah. Well, I
But-
listen to a lot of Daniel Jeremiah and Bucky Brooks. Their podcast is actually really good and informative. Like this Shanahan thinks, from what I've heard from them, is that he thinks this is a smart kid. I mean, he's gonna be great in the play action, which are already amazing with the run. I mean, he's a big kid. Like, I mean, he's almost as solid as somebody like Cam Newton, and he's a better passer than Cam Newton. It's going to be interesting, dude. I mean, and the way that they scheme this offense and the wide receivers and all the smoke screen stuff that San Fran does. I mean, it's going to be lights. It's going to be a really fun offense to watch when he's behind center.
Yeah. All right, Ty, you're up with the second pick.
Oh man, I'm struggling with this one. This one's going to be a reach. Shane might like it.
He loves a reach around.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Oh boy.
I'm looking at other receivers that picks you gave me that are above him, but I see Terrence Marshall. He's the number 3 behind. He would at least be the number 3 behind Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. Kadarius Toney. I mean, there's Slayton, there's Galladay, and then he's got Daniel Jones. So I don't really like that. I think Diami Brown is listed above him. He's got Humphreys. He's got Curtis Samuel. He's got Terry McLaurin. And I'm trying to think, looking at this, I think those are the only receivers. So with Detroit, they got Perryman. They got Cephas, who I know they drafted Shane, second round, I think, last year?
Yeah. Cephas was, I think, 4th or 5th last year.
Okay, so, shoot. Then they had Geronimo Allison, but he opted out last year. I'm trying to think who else. I don't know. I just think, and it's a new regime. I think Amos and someone they drafted. They didn't. Cephas, they didn't draft him. They drafted Brown. So I don't know. I think Amon-Ra St. Brown has a chance to do something in this offense. Like I said, and the other guys, I just see them as being a number 3 or being worse than a number 3. So, yeah.
All right, awesome. Let's go to. All right, Shane, you're back up, dude. 2 or 3. Let go.
I got my arrow.
I'm gonna take Elijah Moore.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
This is a guy I loved.
Is the other guy.
I thought he kept. There was going to be an opportunity for the Lions to get him. He was the second. He was, if I remember the way it unfolded, he was, whatever. I really wanted the Lions to take him. He's a guy I've liked the whole time. Receiver out of Ole Miss. He was one of my favorites, and I think so. If you want to provide a counter narrative to the New York Jets, to the narrative of, hey, where are these running backs? Where are these running backs to take the pressure off of your brand new quarterback? A counter narrative would be they are giving him. They're trying to give him some weapons. And Elijah Moore is one of those. I think Elijah Moore, I think he has the potential. I think 2 things happen. I think what's the $10 million receiver they have? Former Redskins guy, Josh.
Jamison Crowder.
I think he's gone. I can't remember the way it's supposed to work out. But
He's owed $10 million this year.
yeah, they've got to cut him after June 1st. Is that right, or something?
Before.
Worth noting that he was, when healthy, he was Sam Darnold's top target with over 25% target share in every year.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's as a slot receiver. Now, granted, it's probably a different offense now, obviously, but
Yeah.
He's effective. Crowder was effective when he wasn't injured. There's no question about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Elijah Moore, I think, can be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
they've got the guy we hardly saw healthy last year, Gary. He was your boy.
Denzel Mims.
Denzel Mims. Yeah, exactly. And I think
Mims the word.
I just think that this is a young offense that has the potential to grow together. And Elijah Moore, I mean, it might just be another wasted pick for sure, because I actually like some of these other picks available around this area. But Elijah Moore it's just a guy that I've just liked. I seem to always be drawn to these Ole Miss receivers. Devontae Parker, AJ Brown has been awesome, but this
DK.
Okay, Metcalf.
DK
Yeah.
as well. Exactly.
I mean, he's a great slot receiver too. I mean, he'll definitely take that role when Jameson Crowder is gone too. I think.
Yeah, definitely when he's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Garsh, 204.
This is my real life pick. Don't mess it up.
Okay. I am gonna go with Terrace Marshall, Carolina. Robbie Anderson will be there for one more year. Terrace Marshall, I think. I don't want to get to any other wide receivers, but I just think he has a better opportunity to come with a running back or a QB who doesn't really run whatsoever. So I'm going to stick with that. And I like the offense of Carolina. I think Joe Brady. Joe Brady, thank you. And that offensive scheme, I think it's going to work for them, just like it did last year. And you've seen what what's the guy who went to Washington? I don't forget his name.
Curtis Samuel.
Yeah. I mean, he pretty much came aboard all throughout last year as well. So I kind of like this, especially this spot in this area for wide receivers, where you're kind of just stemming off of whatever and just kind of, this whole squad, kind of like what Shane was saying, Elijah Moore, Amon-Ra St. Brown, you still got a couple more to come too, which I'm sure one of you guys are going to pick. It's just right now you want to see what kind of offensive scheme they're in. Are they going to get a lot of targets? And just, I don't know, kind of go from there. I kind of want like Terrace Marshall. So this is a really hard round, by the way.
It is.
Yeah, it is. I know I was stretching for St. Brown, but
I mean, you picked a guy who I think is going to have a lot of targets off the bat.
Yeah. I like him.
All right, more 205.
At 205, I'm going to take Rondale Moore. I don't know that they end up. Well, it was. I'm sorry. I don't know that they end up extending. I don't know that they're going to be able to lock up Hopkins beyond his deal that's in place. I don't know. They just run such a spread offense, and I think that that's really what they're going to do is run a lot of 5 wide this year. Granted, everybody's got to eat, but it's not like you really have a tight end to worry about there eating targets. I don't think that AJ Green is actually going to. Honestly, I don't even think AJ Green's going to make the team beyond training camp.
Damn. I mean, I could see it happen.
I can see it.
And I love AJ Green. I've always been an AJ Green lover. It's just, I think that he's a guy that Kingsbury was licking his chops when he got him. And usually that's a great sign of a player that fits into a coach's scheme that they have plans for. And so I could kind of see them doing that too. And I know we hit it earlier on the fact that you still got Christian Kirk and there's a lot of people there. But I think of where I'm at in this round, he's the least of a stretch for me here. And so I guess what I'm saying is he's a safe pick for me here.
I agree wholeheartedly. I feel like he fell actually.
So
I think long term, it's a really good pick.
Yeah.
If you're in for the long haul, it's a really good pick.
Now, if you're a go get your guy, go get your guy. But I tend to have more success when I draft based off of value than I do off my heart. So that's
You
it.
also, I mean, yeah, somebody like Andy Isabella who didn't work. Christian Kirk hasn't really performed the way that they want. I
That's
mean,
why Butler.
and yeah, Kingsbury. I don't think Christian Kirk wasn't even in Kingsbury's regime at all either. So I feel like
No, he
Kirk will
wasn't.
probably leave, like you said, to AJ Green. It's a matter of time. Like in the long run, yeah, absolutely.
Well, in the
I
long
agree.
run, like their wide receiver core, even with Larry Fitzgerald, whether he retires or not, they're not the youngest receiving core out there.
No.
No.
Got younger.
AJ Green's 33 and Hopkins is 29, and then Fitz is like 37 or 38.
Yeah.
So
This guy's not going to be your next Hopkins, but he could be.
No.
with Christian
No,
Kirk.
he won't, but he could
Yeah.
give you Will Fuller type of numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like that's
I
where I
agree.
would like draw a comp to is maybe somebody like Will Fuller. And a lot of these guys are burners. It's like you said, they're barely pushing 6 pounds, but they can get the hell down the field.
Yeah.
And so, it's an intriguing sort of pick to take because he could end up being really good.
Yeah, he could be kind of like what Shane was saying. He could be what Andy Isabella was, or what they wanted him to be, or what Christian Kirk they wanted him to be.
Right.
So
All right, that's your pick.
All right, this is tough. At this point, I'm just kind of going the route of path to targets / carries, relevance. And if McCaffrey gets hurt again, Chuba's the guy.
I was thinking about him.
Bitch. Or if they want to lighten McCaffrey's load since he got hurt.
Yeah. So, Chuba Hubbard
Yeah.
here. I don't know.
I don't hate that pick at all.
No, I don't either.
Especially, if you would be at what, pick 2-6 here?
Yeah.
That's a decent pick at 2-6. Shit.
Decent. That's great.
That's what I'm getting at.
I love
I would
Chuba.
have zero hesitation about that at all.
Yes. I
Yeah,
love Chuba.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
I'm just
agree.
like I said, if McCaffrey goes down, like Mike Davis is gone, he's in Atlanta.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They don't believe in Reggie Bonifon.
I don't know why.
I don't know, sarcasm,
Damn.
question mark.
I heard they put in a call to Mike Tolbert, the meatball.
Mm.
I love
right.
that guy.
So
He's still in the NFL. He's just named Mike Davis now.
so wait,
Pretty
so
much.
Matt Rule probably saw Chuba in college because Matt Rule was at Baylor and Chuba was tied at Oklahoma State, right?
He went to
Yeah.
Oklahoma State.
So they're
Yep,
both playing.
he went to Oklahoma State.
They're in the same conference then. So
There's definitely some history.
2019 is when Chuba has a breakout. So I don't know. So he's probably saying he's seen him. So
I like it, buddy.
okay, in case
I do too.
That's all right. Ty, all right. I sniped Shane. Let's see if I sniped Ty.
You kind of did, but that's all right. I had a backup. I'm gonna go long term, and I'm gonna go Dwayne Askridge.
damn it. I really like him, dude. I
I
really
do
like
too.
him.
Again, I'm going long term. They obviously have DK, they have Lockett, but Lockett is 29 years old. So, and then they don't have a slot unless you count Freddie Swain, which he had 13 catches for 159 yards. So,
He had a lot of
Uh,
guest offenses for those, but
David
So-
Moore's on.
and Dave Moore's going too. So, like I said, the very worst for the next couple of years will be the number 3, but he'll probably be a kick returner and a punt returner too. He was the he was the MAC conference special teams player of the year. So
They do have
he's got return value too. So
I was saying.
yeah, and I was almost going to go Tony, but let's be honest, Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, come on now.
Yeah,
So-
I'm with you on that one.
I like
So,
that. Ty.
yeah.
I like that.
Well, you took Hubbard, so I had to do that.
All right, Shane, what you got? 208.
I've actually found one more running back that's going to get himself a lot of touches this year because the starter ahead of him is injury prone and really not great, and that's Kenneth Gainwell.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sounds like a hater if I've ever heard one.
I don't like Miles Sanders.
I know you don't. I just wanted you to say.
This is not my favorite guy. I'm watching highlights, but Miles Sanders isn't my favorite either. I'm not sure who else is in that backfield with him, but
Boston Scott.
What's that?
Boston
Boston
Scott,
Scott.
Jordan
There we
Howard.
go.
So I
Boston
think
Scott.
Gainwell, I think Gainwell can definitely. He won't be able to be a 3-down back, but I think he'll definitely get his fair share of touches, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of capital invested. He's a 6th-round draft pick, but this is a guy that a lot of, draft dorks like us,
What are you calling a draft dork?
I'm not a dork.
You take it back.
I'm not a dork.
All right,
You're not a chicken, you're a turkey.
Let's go your rules.
I mean,
No man, you would smoke this weed. No way, man. You're a chicken. Nuh-uh. If
a lot
I'm a
of people
chicken,
have
you're a
this guy
turkey.
at RB6 in this class, something like that, and he went much later than that. So I think here again the value has fallen, and there's a pretty it's not the hardest to imagine route to touches. So Kenneth Gainwell.
All right.
And he also fits into what Miles Sanders does quite a bit. He's an outside runner, not a between the tackles guy and a pass catcher. So he's not. It's not a whole lot different than what Miles Sanders does.
He's kind of like a shiftier Philip Lindsay in a way, I would say. Maybe.
All right, Gars, make your 209 last pick of the night.
Oh,
I'm gonna go. I mean, there's 2 of them that I like to do, but I think I'm gonna go with the one who's already a 1st-round pick, the 4th one off the board in the NFL draft, and we'll go Kadarius Toney. So with him, of course, we have Galladay there, and we have Sterling Shepard, but I think Sterling Shepard's on his last year of his contract, so they'll probably look to push off from him. And we have Darius Slayton as well. But I think give this kid some time. I mean, obviously he's more like your shiftier wide receiver. So like bubble screens, stuff like that, any kind of wide receiver reverses or something like that, he'd be really good at. But I think that'll probably be suspect within the first year. I think next year he's really going to tear it up. He's shifty, man. He is good, but with the plethora of all these wide receivers in there for this team, I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of fantasy value till 2022. But for the long haul, I'll take Kadarius Toney.
Do you think Daniel Jones can be the answer long term?
If he can't do it this year, I think they're going to move off of him.
You're right.
Next year.
Yeah.
They got to.
Yeah.
No,
Third
they
year.
to do it.
Third year.
He's got everything there now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's no reasons why you can't get it done,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you get back a healthy Saquon and Kenny Galladay.
Yep.
And
I was just
Ingram.
about to say that.
You guys, he will get it done this year. He's going to have a big year.
I like your optimism. I really do.
Wait,
Josh
you don't
Allen.
want to go 3 rounds?
Let's do. If anybody's got a player that you like that hasn't been picked yet, fire him out.
All right.
Wait,
Let's finish
I'll
the
wait.
second. Let's finish second.
Wait.
Yeah.
Well, you're
I'm
on
gonna wait.
clock.
I'm gonna wait because I won't have a pick after. But anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm really excited to make this pick. Shane already knows who it is. It's Belly's Blunt, y'all.
Okay.
Ramondre Stevenson. This is one thunderous load of twitch human. It's one twitch. That's the only twitch you get. But that one twitch is enough to get him decent yardage. And I think that offense is going to be better this year. And I think he's going to get some serious goal line looks, man. I think that Belichick views him just like LeGarrette Blount. He drew comps to LeGarrette Blount earlier in the pre-draft. He was kind of high up my list because Shane, I love a thumper.
I think
I like to see players hit players and players bounce off of them.
Yeah.
And you don't get that very often out of running backs. And when you do, I take notice of them.
Yeah.
So like last year, I was kind of on AJ Dillon, which he had like relevance for 2 days this offseason, which was really impressive. And then they ripped the carpet right out from under me because they signed back Aaron Jones, those fuckers. But I think that the reason why I like this pick here is because you're not giving up a ton of a pick here to take him here, but you never really know who they're going to run in New England. And that's why I'm okay with taking it here, because you may be hitting a lottery ticket. And LeGarrette Blount's best year in New England, I think he had 23 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, stupid. There's something stupid.
Yeah, I remember that year.
Yeah.
So
I don't know which year, but I think you're right.
I mean, it was a huge year for him. And the thing is, was that the year before, the year out? Was he with Philly first and then New England, or was he with New England and then went to Philly and won one?
New England, Philly, then Detroit.
Okay, so he didn't win one with Detroit, but he did win back-to-back with New England and Philly Super Bowls. And I think there's something to be said for that, for what he did and how I view Ramondre Stevenson similarly to him. So that's it.
Gary just turned on his porn.
He did turn on his porn. Yes.
And he ran away. No, I mean, no. I'm on the. You've got me on this freight train, Morgan. I'm totally with you.
I mean, you don't have to agree with me. It's okay.
I am.
This. I know. I'm just saying. You don't have to feel bad for me, guy.
Never mind.
I think you're right that you never know which running back they're going to use, and I think their offense is going to be better because they added the 2 tight ends and then the 2 wide receivers. Not that I'm saying they're going to be game changers wide receivers, but I think their offense is going to be better. I agree. And like I said, it's a revolving door at running back.
And also, too, I think there's a correlation with rookie running backs and their rookie contracts. You want running backs on rookie contracts for the most part. You don't want running backs on extensions for the most part, or the highest paid running back in the league. That usually doesn't work out for you. You want guys on their rookie contract, and you want to maximize your value out of them because they will run the wheels off of them usually.
And they essentially they succeed when they're in New England as a rookie. Sony Michel, his best year was his rookie year. Damian Harris technically missed his first year, if I'm not mistaken. So last year was his first year, and he had a couple of good games. So I mean, there's some truth to that.
And for what it's worth,
Yeah, Shane.
I think they might have started doing that time back workload share after Blunt's great year.
Yeah.
This is the thing that we've come to know about Patriots running backs, which would kind of lead you away from that. But then when you dig in a little bit, I don't know. I mean, it'd be worth looking back at. But I don't think that was
you're right.
something that they were always known for,
No, I think you're right, Shane. I think you couldn't be any more right.
And for the 7th running back taken off the board, they New England has a really bad history of drafting maybe all offensive players lately, but I agree with Morg. I mean, it was kind of just proof of concept to see a team invest, somewhat, at least in regards to this draft, highly in him. He's the 7th running back I've taken off the board. So they're investing some faith in a guy that looked to me and more. We were texting about him a bit before the draft. Like, yeah, whatever you said, Morgan, it was much more eloquent than I can put it right now, but a big bad motherfucker.
He's a fully loaded Mack truck that can move laterally.
I like it. I like it much. If they're on the 3, and
I'm not saying like move 10 yards laterally. I'm saying like take a cut and hit that hole. And that's a big deal for a guy for that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he wasn't hurt in college, right? Like Damian Harris, he came off of torn ACL, if I'm not mistaken. So he hasn't been injured like both those other guys have.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken.
You're not
so.
Thank you for the affirmation, Shane.
Tony has a list of 100 affirmations printed. Should I grab it?
No.
Okay, I won't grab it.
All right. Let's go to 11. My last pick. Rather late than never. The Tigers finally drafted a wide receiver. Trying to save their ass, I guess. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers comes back, I guess there has to be some kind of value in this guy. I'll take Clemson wide receiver Amari Rodgers. I mean,
it's even spelled like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So I mean, they really did a solid here.
Rodgers to Rodgers combo, back to back. So again, of course, this is his Rod. I mean, I don't know.
But he could be good with Love as well.
I don't know if anybody's gonna be good with Love.
But you don't know what love is.
I've heard.
This is like a song, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
I've heard nothing but bad things about Love so far.
Ain't
I get
talking
that.
about
I
love.
haven't heard anything exactly great, but
Yeah.
you never know.
So that's my pick. Ty, finish this bad boy.
So again, because I need quarterbacks, I'm just gonna go Zach Wilson.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is a steal right here.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
212?
I mean, again, for me, like just basing off of what I need in Chuba, I need quarterbacks. Not only that, let's face it, I can't even tell you who their backups are. I think it's David Fales, if I'm not mistaken.
Fails. He fails.
Fails. So, I mean, come on. I mean, it's obvious he's going to be the starter. I mean, it's obvious Lawrence is going to be the starter, but at least he has guys that have played some significant snaps. David Fales has played, I don't know how many attempts he has, but so I mean, Zach Wilson's the guy from day one. They like Shane says, they didn't really do much as far as running backs, but they tried to get him some receivers.
How much did they outbid us by?
And it's their guy that they drafted. So I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
All right. Well, that is two rounds. Guys.
Wait. We all got 5 picks except for
I'm taking
Shane.
for-
Let him have the compensatory
Oh.
pick.
Okay, Shane, take
Compensatory
the 3-1.
Okay.
No, it's
I'm-
still second round compensatory pick.
I'm going to take a top 3 running back in this draft class. I will take
Khalil
Khalil Herbert.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
He's stud. He's
You
incredible.
said the other day you thought he was a number 2 running back, from what I remember.
That a little bit.
Anyways,
I think he's a top 3 running back in this draft class. If he had a path to playing time,
He does. Don't worry.
Yeah. Singletary's not all that.
no, that's
No,
Montgomery.
not Singletary. I've always confused Montgomery and Singletary.
I can't imagine why.
Montgomery's not all that, you know.
Well, I love that pick, Shane. I thought Herbert was good pre-draft. I'm not convinced that David Montgomery can sustain.
We all hated him 2 years ago. Hated him.
I mean, I hated him last year,
Yeah.
and then he played well down the stretch. I mean, he won a lot of people championships
Mm-hmm.
because of how well he played down the stretch. If you had Montgomery on your roster down the stretch at playoff time, you were gold, man. Because he was putting up great points totals at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it.
Thanks.
I do too. Yeah, he was a stud at Tech in Kansas, without a doubt.
Who else played at Kansas, Shane?
Oh man. Oh, you're Puka.
Yeah.
Talib did.
Your boy,
Who?
Puka Williams.
Williams.
Oh, Puka Williams, yeah.
Shane loves some Puka. He's the 4th best running back in this class.
Yeah, we got to talk about Puka. We can wait for Puka.
All right. Any other names you guys want to?
He'll be on the expanded universe.
Anybody?
Brevin Jordan.
You would take him in the second?
Yeah, if I had 2 more picks, yeah, I would.
If I had the last,
Even
sorry.
it would be my last pick in the 3rd round if we're doing it the way we are, yeah. Because even though he plays for Houston, even though they don't even know if Deshaun Watson is going to be the starting quarterback, they have no tight ends other than Jordan Akins, which I wouldn't even call him a number one tight end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would take Brevin Jordan with my second pick in the third round.
I would take Freiermuth over him.
Okay, so in regards to Pat Freiermuth, if I had the very last pick in the draft and Pat Freiermuth was there, I would just elect not to pick.
You're such a hater. Why?
Damn.
Dude, he's an
It's
all-around
sunglasses.
tight end. I don't get it.
I'm
I
just
think
kidding.
he's
would
I
take
think
him.
he's a new age Zach Ertz, man.
All right, I'll take him in the last pick.
All right.
He is strong in this one.
I think he's a new age Zach Ertz. He's pretty good pass catcher, dude. They call him Baby Gronk, but he's not gonna be like Gronk.
Everybody gets called Baby Gronk.
Any other names we want to throw out there for
I
Shane?
think
to fit
everybody
on?
in this draft is Tyreek Hill.
I'm surprised Gary didn't want to say Seth Williams.
I got to be honest. Tamori
I didn't like his
Terry
landing
was a little
spot.
higher on the rankings that I've seen than I was going to think he would be.
Mhm.
Even Tutu Atwell's a little higher than I thought it would be, but
And Amy Brown and yeah.
no, he
How
didn't.
about the Washington guy? Yeah, Diane Brown. Is that you talking about?
Diami Brown,
Yeah, he could be something.
long term, yeah, I could see it.
I can see it this year.
Josh Palmer in Los Angeles Chargers. He's somebody who can take off, especially when you got Justin Herbert firing it off pretty well. I think he's a pretty good round 3, round 4 pick.
Do you think Joe Reed gets cut?
He's still on a rookie contract, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Last year wasn't it last year's rookie year?
yeah, I guess you're right. It was him and Jalen Guyton, right? Were rookies last year.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, boys.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it was semi-organized. We did that and pretty good. Shane wore his sunglasses the entire time. That was fantastic. I can see all of his picks in his sunglasses, just like I can read his poker cards in his glasses.
All right, boys. Well, that was a good one. Thank you guys. Everybody listen, make sure to subscribe. Shane, any parting?
Nah, man. Our draft is in 15 days.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yes. All right, for Shane at a fantasy hack on Twitter, soon to be 2 QBs, not for me. Ty, see you Saturday.
The social media ghost.
Yes.
Saturday.
Is that my nickname now?
It was
Social
Russian
media
Ty, but now
ghost,
it's social
yeah.
media ghost.
Abductee.
Abductee.
Guard.
Oh, my
The hostage.
Lord.
Hey, are we wearing lucha masks
Wow.
for luchadores?
We gotta run it by the crew.
When's the lucha draft?
We're all gonna wear like wrestler masks.
I know. When's the draft?
15 days.
You just said it.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was thinking people. There's too many Spanish word leagues that we have.
Are there any other words you use to name a league?
No comprende, amigo.
Senor.
All right, for the Morgue Mart.
Always.
Morgan at the Morgue Mart for Morgan at the Morgue Mart.
Yeah.
And then Morgan, happy anniversary tomorrow.
Thank you, bro. Happy birthday on Saturday. Real quick, my wife's not going to listen to this, but I got to say it anyways. This makes 10 years of us being married, but I've been with her for half my life and I fucking love her so much. So
All right.
that's it.
Congratulations.
Awesome,
Good
yeah.
job, man.
All right, hit me up on Twitter at jhicks804 and hit us all up on Twitter at @thefluke_ff. Hit us with some music.
Remember, when you draft, don't look back in anger. Get your guy.
All right, thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you soon.
Peace.